I'm Mary Glaser, and today we're going to be discussing the analysis of the Frans, Francken II Reformation era painting, The Idolatry of Solomon. The first thing we'll be discussing is who is pointing to the idol for Solomon to worship, and why is this significant. One of Solomon's many wives or concubines is pointing to the idol to tell Solomon to worship it, and it is significant because the Lord specifically told Solomon not to intermarry with these tribes, or this would happen and his heart and eyes would turn away from God. The second thing we will be analyzing is that the right side of the painting is full of women. What was Francken trying to show? I think that Francken used the many women on the right side of the painting to show us how immoral Solomon and his wives were, and how many wives Solomon had. And also, from their dress, you can see just how immoral they are. The third thing is several men stand near the bottom of the left painting. Who do you think they are, and how can you tell? Well, the several men standing at the bottom left of the painting appear to be godly leaders or maybe judges. Their dress looks expensive and fashionable, so they are likely wealthy. Also, they are standing and not kneeling, so they are not worshiping the idol with Solomon, and their stance and expressions make them look like they are appalled that Solomon would be worshiping false gods. The fourth question, leading off the third, is how can we tell what these men think about Solomon's actions, and why is it important that they are standing? Their stance and their expressions make them look like they disapprove of Solomon's conduct and are judging him for it. Notice that they are standing and not kneeling, which again supports the idea that they are appalled and not worshiping the false idols. The fifth thing is, at the top to the left is a grove of trees leading to a building. What do we think that building is, and why is it in the picture? I would say that it is a temple of God, and it is a small part of the painting, just like God has small or no part in Solomon's life. In the dark colors, I think, would symbolize the distant memories of God in the back of Solomon's mind. The sixth and final question is that how is the background important for understanding this painting, because it has a lot of background. Francken's town was punished by the Spanish army for iconoclasm, which means that they went around and destroyed idols in the churches for them that people would worship. I think that it shows how close to home this painting was for Francken, and how he was trying to show his Reformation view that if you even allow idols into your presence, it is extremely tempting to worship them and turn away from the true God, justifying his and his townspeople actions. Now, for the last section, going the extra mile and beyond question 6, I would say that the Spanish army could possibly have been Catholic, seeing as the Catholics have deleted the second commandment from their Bibles. The second commandment states that you shall bow before no graven images, for our God is a jealous God. They have erased this from their Bible and instead have a second rule about dividing the 10th commandment, which is that you shall not covet. They have changed that to you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, and you shall not covet your neighbor's house. This has been analyzing the oil painting by Frans, Francken II about the Idolatry of Solomon with Mary Glaser.